Hey guys, Eddie Prepper here. Another knife review, another one on the Condor line, Condor knife and tool, or tool and knife. This time is the 4-inch Bushcraft Basic bushcraft knife. Just got this in recently. Going to do a little comparison here on the basic bushcraft knife compared to the Bushlore blade, which I already did a review on recently. Have not taken this out yet, so anyway, say what you will about it. I'm going to use this thing for a while, see how I like it, but overall I have to say I like the Bushlore better. But it's a cheap blade, $21, $22. I think I got it for $22 at Bud K or somewhere like that, maybe Smoky Mountain Knife Works, something like that. And I get buyer's discount. I think I got 10% off of that, so whatever that works out to. So this is a 4-inch blade, so which I think is the perfect general purpose mid-size survival blade for all your standard uses. It's like the rest of the Bushcraft and Bushlore Condor blades, 1075 high carbon steel. Now what they've done with this one to cut down on corrosion, they put a black enamel coat on it, which you can see right there, hopefully. A lot of people don't like that black epoxy coating on it. I'm not so sure I like it tremendously. It's okay. We're going to see how it works out. It's functional. It doesn't yield the prettiest blade in the world, in my opinion, but whatever. Has a 4-inch blade, like I already said. They make a 3-inch and a 5-inch that I know of. I just got the 4-inch just because I'm comfortable with 4 inches, use those a lot, so figured that would be a decent comparison to the rest of my blades for $22 to pick it up. It's 8.5 inches overall. Full tang, as you can see there, all the way around. And of course has, again, the Guatemalan walnut. Guatemalan walnut appears to be, from what I've read, incredibly sturdy and durable. Probably not as long-term useful as micarta or anything like that, but can't beat the price for $22. Got your 3 little brass rivets there. Of course, made in El Salvador, as it says right there. And of course on the other side, it says Condor, right there. So enough on that. General purpose, this thing's going to be just fine. No major problems with it, anything like that. It holds in your hand just fine. No choil on it, anything like that. These grips are flat and rounded here on the edges. Nothing fancy. Not a lot of extra work on it. So a choil would be nice, but for those of you who like your standard Mora style blades, are worried about your hand slipping up on this thing, cutting yourself, fair worry. I think these grips are better than your standard Mora, so you're not going to slip on it particularly. If you're batoning, anything like that, you're good to go. As long as you're slicing away from yourself, that type of stuff, you're going to be good to go. I don't have any major concerns about that. Comes fairly sharp, quite sharp actually compared to a lot of your other blades. Could be sharpened up a little bit better, just like I sharpened up my Condor Rodan and my Bushlore and the rest of them. I just like sharpening blades. It's just one of my things, so what can I say? This is fine. It's functional. The tip on it, just the angle on it there, it's not clipped at all, anything like that. Don't know if the tip's going to be particularly useful. Could I stab somebody if I had to for defense with this? Sure. I could also stab you with a steak knife. Probably going to be about just as useful. Decent though for general bushcraft use for on the cheap. No major complaints with it. Again, run you 1.5 to 2 times what your standard Mora will, but this thing's full tang. Very sturdy. You can beat this to death and still hand it off to your family members when you die, and they can beat it to death and hand it off to their family members, and on and on and on. This is not going anywhere. Again, the Guatemalan grips, Guatemalan walnut grips, seem to be durable enough. Like the rest of the Condor line, they come with an absolutely gorgeous sheath, brown leather, like most of their blades. This is the finest style of sheath I've ever seen for this price point. Again, you got your Condor emblem there, your rivets. Again, if you've seen the rest of my reviews, you know this sheath. About the same. Big heavy belt loop there, only way to carry it that I think is decent, though you could put some paracord here on the backside and use it as a neck knife, but a little big for a neck knife in my opinion, but if that's what you want to do. Perfectly decent blade. Again, let's call it $22, give or take. Let's not include shipping and all that other mess for my discounts. So for the average guy, $22 bucks. I would put this average better than the Mora for most purposes. Now the non-clip point rather there, probably doesn't have the advantage of a Mora knife, but this thing's going to be sturdier and last probably longer than a Mora knife overall. Now let's compare it to the Bushlore. Here's your Bushlore. Stats on the Bushlore. Let me try and line these things up to make them look somewhat equivalent. The Bushlore has a 4 1/4 inch blade, so only a 1/4 inch longer, so not tremendous. 9 1/2 inches overall, so with that extra 1/4 inch here on the end, you get an extra 3/4 of an inch on the grip. Thing that I like better about this is you've got your lanyard hole. Love a lanyard hole. There is no lanyard hole here on the standard bushcraft knife. Not a major hit against it, but okay, just thought I'd mention it. This one's held together, the Bushlore, with 2 brass rivets and of course your lanyard hole here. You got 3 here, so this is probably a little sturdier in the long run, I guess. The Bushlore tends to run roughly $24.99, so let's call it 25 bucks. So we got 22 versus 25. So by my math, that's about $3 difference by the Bushlore. For $3 difference, the Bushlore is a better blade overall, in my opinion. You may disagree, but looking at the two of them, blade difference is length is not the biggest difference on these. But the biggest thing about this, other than your little lanyard hole, your spear point style here on this, I think is going to be a lot more functional for general purpose, in my opinion. Now, for aesthetics, I like this little gray matte style finish on the Bushlore. I've already done a review on it, so you can go check that out if you want to. I think that looks classier than the black enamel. I don't have a problem with the black enamel. Nothing wrong with it. If this came with black enamel, I'd be fine. I just think the Bushlore is a little bit better. Added bonuses on the Bushlore. I like the shape of the grip. Got a little bit of choil there. That acts as a finger guard for basic general purposes for those of you who are scared of this one slipping up on you like I just talked about. So for $3 more, Bushlore's better. Now in this price point, the Condor line also makes the Nesmuk, something like that. I can't remember the name of the blade. It's more of a Skinner style blade, got a much bigger belly on it. I don't have that one yet. We'll probably get one at some point. Just throw it in there. But for general purpose, batoning, general bushcraft, Bushlore, baby, all the way, compared to the standard 4-inch standard bushcraft knife. Not saying there's anything wrong with the bushcraft. I didn't know about the Bushlore. I love the bushcraft, and I still like the bushcraft. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but for $3 difference, get this one. For the low price, get both, frankly. Play around with them. They both come with brown leather sheaths, and from what I can tell, these two appear to be identical. There may be a slight difference in length, but I cannot see that personally looking at them. So either way, it's a wash on the sheaths. $3 more, Bushlore. Nothing wrong with this one. This one's probably better. Anyway, guys, the Bushcraft Basic style 4-inch blade from Condor Tool and Knife. Just thought I'd do a review on it just to compare them. I bought this primarily as a comparison. I may rarely use this one. I'll use it some. Just figured I'd pick it up just to see what it looked like. Thanks, guys. Andy Prepper out.